Hey guys, how's it going? This video today is going to be called Tattoo Education Part 2. I made one video before about a sleeve I did on a client, someone who came in with an idea that probably wasn't the best start to a sleeve, and she was open to better ideas and in the end got a better tattoo. I got a lot of positive feedback from it. I had clients that I hadn't tattooed in years come in. Some had been tattooed at other places in between, and the video kind of drew them back in. So I figured I'd put this out there, not just to have people come to me, but also make better decisions before they get tattooed by anybody, because there's probably more clients that want to get tattooed than there are artists right now. Most people are booked up, and that's why. So let's get to it. I have 3 tattoos I want to talk about today. The first one I actually just finished up today. So I had a client reach out to me. She was a referral, and she just wanted a small, simple tattoo. I had time today, so I took it on. I don't always want to do small tattoos, because even though the tattoo may take an hour or less, it could be 3 hours of back and forth consult. They come in, drawing, changing, and in the end, unless the client's willing to pay for that time, it's kind of tricky to charge accordingly, because the same tattoo that she ended up with, she may have got somewhere else for, half the price or less, but she may have got what she asked for initially, versus today, she came in and left with something not completely different than what she wanted, but a lot better. So here it is. I had a client come in. She originally sent me a picture of a nice rosebud with a stem with a few leaves. And rosebuds are tricky, especially if they're by themselves, because a rose itself, you see it, you know what it is, it looks great. But when you get to the bud and it's a closed, tight flower, it can get a little tricky to make it look good. The one she sent me was perfect, but it's one of those Pinterest tattoos. I'll just go ahead and show you what she ended up getting. This is a picture on my tablet, so the quality isn't the best. I'll post the picture so you can see it. But that's the tattoo. You've probably seen it before. Just the flower head with the word as the stem. So originally when she contacted me, she wanted a rosebud and the stem to be lettering. And when you take a rosebud and it has a stem with leaves, it looks like a rosebud. When you take a closed rosebud, cut those 2 elements out, meaning the leaf and the stem, and now you have lettering, well, it doesn't really scream rose, so now the rosebud is gonna look kind of weird. So you're better off to get an open rose that says rose right away, not like, a little tiny crunched up bud. And originally when she messaged me, she wanted the rose and the stem to say, "I am because you were." It's a memorial tattoo. Unfortunately, her mom passed away, and she wanted to get something to remember her. I did a sketch. So this was the first sketch. It's a rose, a little more open, and I gave her, I sketched out the lettering that she had asked for. And that's about as small as I would go with script. Any smaller than that, I would probably do lettering that is more like the John Hancock signature look, because that stuff's so scratchy and small from the beginning that even as it ages, if it gets blurry, it kind of started out that way, versus if this gets blurry, you're gonna always remember what it looked like, and then it's gonna look like shit. So anyhow, she came in and she didn't picture the design being that big, but realized like even a few words can really take up space quick. People are like, I want a few words. Well, that's a lot of lettering. 1 word looks great. You could put a lot of detail, maybe 2, but when people start getting sayings, you really take away from the quality of the lettering unless you're gonna get something really simple. So when she came in, ahead of time, she asked me, how long will this take? What's the cost gonna be? It's hard to tell people that when I know that they're probably not gonna get exactly what they picture anyhow. Hopefully they're gonna end up with something better. So she came in and, I explained to her everything I'm saying in this video, and prior to tattooing her, I didn't plan on making this, but the more I have clients come in and, I'm basically educating them on what's going to look better. The more I want to put it out on video to try to help save somebody else from making a mistake, or going to an artist who would just say, oh, this is what you want, boom, stick it on your arm, now you're stuck with it. Good luck figuring the rest out. So I'm really happy with the tattoo that she got. It's small, it's simple, it's clean. And as you can see, she originally wanted a few words, and she ended up getting one word, which was the word blessed. The saying was something that made her, reminded her of her mom in a positive way. And I was able to talk her into something that reminded her of her mom in one word. I recommended the word family. Kind of sounds generic, but it's cool. It looks really nice tattooed. We chatted a little bit, and she felt like the word blessed was the right word. So, whether you're a tattoo artist watching this or a client, don't just give people what they want, because that's not always the best option, I get it if you're at a walk-in shop and you have a line and you have pressure of getting the next people done, you might feel like that, but if you can find people that will pay a little bit more for your time and, charge a consult fee or charge a drawing fee, somehow make it worth your time, and you'll end up giving them a better tattoo, a better experience, and they'll probably come back to you more and refer people. So this is going a little bit longer than I thought. So that's the first one. The second tattoo I want to show you today is this hand tattoo. Prime real estate, right? Everybody sees the hand. A lot of people that come to me to get their hand done, when they first contact me, or when they say it in person, I don't try to talk them out of it, but I feel them out, because that is a place that once you get it, that's it. You're committed. I mean, I've been tattooing for years and I don't have my hand. I have my head and it's subtle, but my throat and my hand, I will get my hands done eventually, but you just really want to make sure that, you're ready to commit. So when you are ready to commit, get something cool. Get something, in my opinion, art is subject to opinion. That's the little disclaimer. If you don't like the tattoos I do, or if you think I'm talking about an idea that doesn't look good and you think it looks good, well, that's cool. If you like it, who am I to judge? This is just all my opinion. So I had a client come in. He wanted both hands done. We just did the one a few days ago. And, originally he wanted the hammer of Thor on one hand to represent his Nordic bloodline. And on his other hand, he wanted a compass. So I brought him in for a consult, and we ended up tattooing him after the consult, which wasn't expected, but the consult went really well. So rather than just saying, okay, you want the hammer of Thor, you want the compass, we're gonna slap him on, I showed him pictures of those tattoos already done on other people. Now, in my opinion, that thing is cool, but I don't think it fits the hand all that well. And then it's well, what do you add around it? So I gave him a tattoo that was, fit his hand, rounded, filled the space. And the reason that he has a rose and a compass is he wanted the compass on one hand and the hammer of Thor on the other. The hammer of Thor, we did figure out an idea by the end, but that one was a little trickier. So we pushed it off to the side. And sometimes the tattoos that people want should dictate where they go, not hey, I want the hammer of Thor, let's do it on my hand. Well, maybe the hammer of Thor will look better on your forearm and something else will look better on your hand. You gotta think ahead. Think of your body, think of yourself butt naked. You have plenty of space to put tattoos that fit other areas better. So we kind of leaned toward the compass idea because I felt like it was going to be a better fit for a hand. And, this is on Pinterest. I didn't tattoo these, but as examples, you have a compass with a nice round edge. You go over the knuckles. It's never going to be smooth. This skin's going to heal like shit. These lines, once they heal, they're a bitch to touch up. Excuse my language. So we did the compass, hiked up on his wrist a little bit. Luckily, he had the space. I even slightly covered an older tattoo with some of the leaves. And then the rose is breaking up the circle of the compass. When you do that, it pretty much allows you to like bend the rules of where you could put it. If you took just the compass and put it on your wrist that bends and tweaks, it's always gonna look warped. You put the rose over it, it hides that, you know? So it's just little tips, little tricks of how you could, you know, layer things and kind of break up the design. So with his Nordic idea, we're gonna do something cool. I'm not gonna get into it. Maybe you'll see the post later, or maybe I'll make another video, but rather than giving him what he wanted and sticking these random tattoos on, he now has a really nice rose. The compass fits well. It's not gonna be in a space that's, you know, cratered and grainy and heel like shit. And the Nordic one, we have an idea for the other hand, and it's gonna look cool. So I was gonna talk about 3, but this is going longer than I wanted it to. So I hope this helps you. I hope other tattoo artists benefit from it. I hope that clients benefit from it, even people that I don't tattoo, whether it's because I'm busy or the tattoos I do aren't what you wanna wear, whatever it is, just think about your body as a whole and don't compartmentalize, and be a little open-minded. And yeah, I'll keep putting these videos up if I keep getting good feedback, which I have from the few that I did, even about the one that talks about the chair that I'm sitting in. So I hope that helps. Any questions, just drop them in the comment section, or you can message me. And yeah, have a great weekend. Peace.